So here we meet Jane, and just like you, Jane loves eating at restaurants with her friends. But sadly, Jane has an issue. When she goes out, she looks at the menu and she gets very overwhelmed with all the options she has in front of her. What should she get? What can she get? And all of this begins to overwhelm Jane. She becomes frustrated. There's too many options on these menus and she's not sure what she'll decide to do. Here are some of the reasons why Jane is having such a hard time. First off, Jane is a picky eater and she doesn't have a very wide palate. Also, Jane is allergic to certain foods, and to avoid a very bad situation, she has to eat around these foods that she's allergic to. Also, Jane prefers to eat healthily and she likes to watch her diet. So what is AI? AI essentially is when computers perform intelligent tasks. Intelligent tasks are a task or an activity that if a human would do it, you have to say they have to use some form of intelligence to do. It's not just simply flipping a switch. It's essentially when a computer can quote unquote think. And when is AI used? Right now it's used by companies such as Spotify and Amazon to make recommendations for the customers. For example, Amazon will use shopping data of other customers to help recommend products for them to buy in the future, and Spotify does something similar, but with music. They use their customers' history and their listening data, and also listening data of similar people on the Spotify service to recommend songs for a user. Lastly, AI uses smart learning to help make better decisions in the future based on past events and trends. So how will this help Jane with her problem at the restaurants? For example, a cell phone app can be downloaded by Jane, and where she can make her own profile and input her data, meaning what she can and can't eat, what she likes to eat, and start building a consumption history log that can help create a better profile for Jane. So what would the app actually do, and how would it create a value for Jane in helping her solve her issue? So for one, it would start using that smart learning to learn her food habits. So the user would define the food preferences and history and begin to realize certain trends and figure out what she really doesn't like and find similarities in one food to another food based on a certain flavor or sense, for example. And you can use these inputs to help recommend food in the future that Jane may not be eating now, but may also enjoy. Second of all, it can help avoid allergies that Jane would have. This means if she has a fish allergy, it would never recommend fish, and it would also avoid certain foods that have fish in it. And lastly, it can be diet friendly. So if you go to a restaurant, you pull up the menu in the app, it can help you figure out what is best for your diet. So even if you don't know, it might not be something you're not really used to, however, if a certain plate really does well with your diet, it would help analyze what's in that and the ingredients and recommend that to you based on the diet. And now we return to Jane, who's happy and carefree and made the best choice for her.
So there are many benefits for an app of using AI like this. For example, a dietitian could use this app to better reduce their daily costs. They wouldn't have to have as many people sitting in an office or manning phone centers to help answer calls on a day-to-day basis. So another benefit for a dietitian using this app using AI would be better efficiency. This means that they wouldn't have to have employees on the phone or on face answering small questions 24/7, and they can focus more on bigger ideas and bigger steps rather than just the small minutia of small issues. One final benefit for using this app with AI would be 24/7 access for the customer. This benefits the company because they wouldn't have to worry about staffing a call center or an office for all hours of the day, and the customer can quickly get feedback within seconds of pulling out their phone out of their pocket. However, there is some risk for the project. One would be the high initial cost of developing the AI program, and second would be some loss of human interaction between the company and the customer.